Hi, everyone. Welcome to Soul Healing by Candy Kaye. I don't know if y'all can hear my music in the background, but I got some music going on. Okay. You know, better add a little bit of music in here, to our little sessions that we're doing here. But anyway, I wanted to do this video because I've been seeing some posts out there or some people are going through some things in some relationships that they're having a hard time with. So I wanted to do this video on how to let go of someone you love. And, trust me, I know it's a hard thing to do. I know. But, you can let go and as well, you can set boundaries as well. If you don't want to let go, there's ways that you can set boundaries because sometimes people don't understand that, you're trying to move forward in your life and you don't really have time for the things that you, in relationships that, you had, before you were trying to transform your life. And, people don't understand that and they don't, they want to continue to call you or they want to continue to do things that you used to do with them. And, you have to learn to set those boundaries. And if they, absolutely don't understand, there's ways that you can let them go. And I'm going to, especially there's women out here that, are having a hard time in relationships. So I'm going to give you a few tips on how to let someone go. First of all, I want to say the first thing you need to do is love yourself. Love yourself enough to know that you deserve better in life, that, you are the queen or king of your life and you deserve, the highest and best for yourself in your life. And you love yourself wholeheartedly. You don't let anyone take that away from you. Just because, someone, does not accept you or love you for who you are, you love yourself enough to understand that you are worthy of love. You are worthy of a great friendship. You are worthy of the best things that, you want in your life for you. Okay. So here's some tips of how to let someone go that you love. Okay. Or like I said, we'll talk about boundaries after we do this. Okay. First of all, you want to embrace change because as time passes, we must not forget that people evolve. And that's another thing. You might be with somebody that you've been with for years and, all of a sudden things aren't working out right. Well, guess what? People change, people evolve, people transform. And that's what we're supposed to do in life. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to transform. We're not supposed to be the same person that we were 10, 15 years ago. We're supposed to be that person that is growing, learning, and moving forward in life. Okay. And just like your personal growth, you can shift and change. And your friendships and relationships evolve as well. You might have a certain amount of certain friends, way back in the day, you're in high school, and, when you're in college, you had a certain set of friends, but you've outgrown those friends. Now you have your colleagues that you have become friends with. And then when you move jobs, then, you outgrow those colleagues from your past job. So you outgrow people. So it's normal. And it's not a good or a bad thing for, friendships to shift, pause, or end altogether. It's not bad. You can always stay in contact, with someone, see how they're doing every now and then. And, that's a good thing. At least they know you're still thinking about them. Okay. And it's simply a reality of life that a person may move on after having fulfilled a certain role in your life. That's another thing. People are in your life sometimes just for a short period of time. Some people are in your life for a long period of time, and sometimes, they're just there, briefly just to, teach you a lesson. Okay. Or you to learn something from them or them to learn something from you. So people are putting you into your lives for, different reasons. So if someone leaves your life, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. They were there to teach you something, or you were there to teach them something. It's for you to acknowledge what that was. Okay? Then you want to take responsibility. If the end of the relationship was not left on the best of terms, trust me, I've been there. Okay? Some relationships don't end on the best of terms because, it may not be you, it may be the other person that did something to end the relationship abruptly. But first, know that it's okay. It's okay for a relationship to end abruptly because, like I said, there could have been there for just, a reason to show you something or, teach you a lesson or them to be taught a lesson. Okay. And second, take responsibility for it. You know, what if it ended abruptly and you did something, you need to notice that within yourself. What did you do in order for that relationship to end abruptly? Okay, because some people do that. People do things, and trust me, I know this as well. People do things, and then the next thing you know, they realize, oh, I shouldn't have done that. I really, cared about that person. I really loved that person. I really wanted to be friends with that person. I really wanted to work with that person. Why did I do that? Why did I say that? So be mindful of, what you do as well. And then if you see someone is narcissistic, a manipulator, they're all about themselves, you want to, address that situation as well. And, make the choice if you want that person, that type of person in your life. Okay. So be mindful of, taking responsibility for, those people in your life. And when you no longer blame anyone else for the way you feel, you'll find peace with your changed relationship. Okay. Acknowledge how that situation that ended made you feel. Embrace the pain and, or embrace the confusion. Try to get what you can out of it to understand why it happened, why that person left your life, accept it, and move on. The world is big. You will encounter millions and millions of people. Trust me, I have. I know millions of people. Okay, I know a lot of people. Okay. So, you know, you'll meet millions of more people. Okay, before you leave this earth, you'll have, so many friends, new friends, old friends. You'll have a lot of you know friends in your life. And then, you might be in one relationship now. That's not to say that relationship is going to last forever. You can move on to your second relationship. That relationship might not last forever. Then you move on to your third relationship. And then, actually they say what, third time's a charm. So you want to make sure, you are, because, you learn from the first one, the second one, you're learning again. And then the third one, you got it covered. Okay. Because you learned all your lessons. But, sometimes people are blessed enough to get it right the first time. And then sometimes people are blessed enough to get it right the second time. So it depends on the individual, okay? And then you want to turn your inner guide and ask yourself what the spiritual lesson was in the experience you had with that person and reflect on what you learned, okay? You want to go into your spiritual being and find out what was the lesson to be learned from that situation with that particular individual that, it ended with, okay? And this will also reveal the areas of your soul that need to be healed, okay? Because everything is a learning lesson to heal your inner soul. That's why I have Soul to Soul Healing by Candy Kaye. And if you need help with that, please go to my website, soul-uhn.com, because this is about healing your inner soul. People don't understand There's a lot of things that are bottled up inside of our souls that we have not released. And it's things, going all the way back to our childhood, days. And people don't realize you cannot change the past. So what you need to do is dig within your inner self and heal those wounds that you have and release them. Because if not, you are going to continue to carry those wounds all throughout your life. So you want to make sure that you do the work to release those wounds in your soul that you have sitting there stagnant. Okay, because you're not going to be able to move forward. Trust me. Okay. Let's see. And then the next thing is you want to trust that you have everything you need. Okay. It's a belief that you can bring massive amounts of peace and understanding to your daily life. It's amazing to feel confident and certain that every opportunity and situation needed will be presented to you effortlessly. Okay. Everything, once you release those stagnant emotions and wounds bottled up inside of you, then that leaves room to bring other positive relationships, friendships into your energy, into your space. Okay, you can manifest those positive energies and people into your life. But you first have to deal with the wounds that you have inside your soul. Okay, and you have to release them and let them go. Okay, if not, they're going to stay stagnant and you're going to attract the same kind of people that you attracted prior to. Okay, because if you, I'm going to show you guys something. This is a book. My flower just fell. Here's a book here. This is very important. It says, every thought creates your future. See that? Every thought creates your future. Be mindful of everything that you think, because everything you think manifests into your life. So be mindful of your thought process and what you're thinking. If you're thinking negative, that negativity is going to manifest into your life. If you're thinking bad, if you're in a relationship and you're thinking something bad's going to happen, or if something bad is happening and you're not addressing it, it's going to continue to say that way, and then it's going to continue to bring that negative energy into your life. It's going to continue to do that, and then once you release yourself from that negative situation, you have to release it in your mind, body, and your soul. You have to release it, because if not, you're going to attract that same type of situation into your life. You have to learn to let it go. Okay, you have to be confident within yourself. You have to love yourself, and you have to let it go. Okay, so be mindful of it's not only in relationships and friendships. Be mindful of everything that you think. If you think negatively about money and stressing out about a lot of things, all that stuff is going to manifest into your life. So think positive. I hope my music's not too loud, guys. Okay. I feel like I'm kind of shouting. Okay. But anyway, then try to wake up each morning trusting in this, because it will force you to immediately stop trying to control what it is, what's out of your hands, and relinquish control to the laws of the universe. Okay. Let go. People have a hard time with that, with their control issues. People want to control everything. They think, oh, their answer is the best answer, or their way is the best way. No, you have to relinquish control in order for positivity and the right people to come into your life. You have to, remove the control issues, because I know, a lot of people that have, control issues. I was one of them. I wanted to control everything. But I had that instilled in me because I was a single parent mother, and I had two boys that I had to control on a daily basis. Okay, so I had that control. It's going to be my way. I'm the mama, and I'm controlling this. and then eventually, they got grown and, I couldn't control them anymore. Okay. I had to let them be their own men. Okay. So, you have to really, let go of that control. Okay. You have to let people be who they are. There's nothing that you can do. Wash your hands to it. Let them be who they want to be. You end it. You move on to, in your life. The only person that you can control is yourself. Only person that you control is your own thoughts. You control your own destiny. You do not control somebody else's destiny. Always remember that. You control your destiny. You don't control other people's destiny. Okay? You only control what you want in your life. That's all you can do. Anybody else, they're on their own. You can't do nothing for them. Okay? And then, also parents, when your children get a certain age, I believe, they get to change it when they're young adults. You only can tell them so much. They're going to do what they want to do. It's their life. It is not your life. You can try to, direct them, steer them in the right direction. But if they don't want to go that path, parents, there's nothing that you can do. That child is going to take its own course of action, what they think is best for them. You have to let them live their life. You have to let them, explore life, and you have to let them get in relationships. And then because it's all a learning lesson. They have to learn their lessons. Just as you learn your lesson as a young adult, you have to let your child as well learn their lessons. Okay. Then be open to receiving. Okay. When you end a relationship and friendships that don't resonate with you and who you are anymore, you carve out space in your life for new people that are more in line with what your soul needs and wants to learn. Okay. And those who are in the same frame of mind of you, those people that, are on the same track as you in life. Those people that, like to do the same things that you do in life. Like, your friends in the past might have not liked doing the things that you like doing now as an adult. It may seem boring to them. So, you find another group of friends that enjoys doing the same thing that you do. Okay. It's not that, you dislike, your past friends, it's just like you've transformed and you've moved on to, better things and new things that, interest you in your life. Okay. It's nothing personal. People take it personal, but it's nothing personal. People have to move on and people have to transform their lives. Okay. For their lives, because, we only have one life to live. And for people to get upset at people that want to move on, that is something that person has to deal with to find out what they can do to transform their life and move on, So be mindful of that. It may be very scary at first, but don't forget that everything happens for you, not to you. Okay. Sometimes things happen as well because, God wanted you to learn something from that. Okay. Not to hurt you, not to bring you pain, but they wanted you to learn from that lesson, from that, from that partner or for that friend, or that situation that you were in. They wanted you to learn from that. So sometimes that happens. And trust me, I went through it. I dealt with it. It took me a while to understand why, I went through all the obstacles and traumas and ups and downs. And, I went all around the world and back. Trust me. Okay. And I was like, why is all this stuff? But I was, always able to maintain. That's one thing. I've always kept strong. You want to keep strong for yourself because no one else is going to keep you strong but yourself. Okay. And you love yourself and you always put yourself first. Because there's only one of you in this world. There's no one like any other person but you. So be mindful of, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you, for your greater good. Okay. So always be mindful of that. All right. And then another thing is, let go of guilt. And a lot of people, they feel guilty about the things that they have done. You have to learn to forgive and forget and let go of guilt, because you can't go back and change anything. Okay, you can't change the past. There's just nothing you can do. That's also goes on the fact of, uh, of control. Release the control. You can't change it. There's nothing that you can do. Move forward. Okay, don't let it hinder your life because you did something. Okay, if anything, if you feel that guilty, you go to that person did whatever to, and you ask them to forgive you. Is what you do. Okay, so you can heal, that person can heal, and you can move on, release it, or just move on. Just move on. Okay. Even though moving on may seem daunting, it's important to trust your heart and do what feels right for you without regrets. Always do what's right for you, okay? Because you are the most important person to yourself. If it doesn't feel right to you, don't do it, okay? Even though, and trust me, I know people, they'll try to talk you into things and, try to get you to do stuff. And, if it doesn't feel right and it's not for you, say, thank you, I'm good. I'm going to go another direction, but I appreciate it. Okay. But do what is best for you. Have faith within yourself and that the new people and the new experiences that are coming your way, because that's what you want. You want new people and new experiences to come into your life. And you have to release the guilt and, the whatever, you're thinking that's negative about the situation, release it. You can't change it. It's done. It's over with. Move on and love yourself. Think about, this is how I say it. Think about, some things that you've overcome in your life that, was very brutally painful to you. And say that happened like 2-3 years ago. You got over it, didn't you? You didn't think you would ever get past it. Ever get past it. Say, because I know, a lot of people, go through divorces. You think you wouldn't get past it. And trust me, I'm a divorced woman. It was very difficult for me, but I got over it. I got over it and have been just happy, But it was at the time, it was just horrible, I'm like, oh my God. Okay. But I got past it. But, my situation was decades ago. Well, that was a long time ago, but I've been over it. But, think about, that relationship you were in, and you got over it. Now you're with the love of your life. You have new friends, you move forward, you got a new job, you got a new house, new apartment, you got a new car. Think about the positive things that's happened since you ended that relationship or those friendships, or moving on from your past jobs, your employees. Think about the positive things that have happened since you left that situation. Think about it in that aspect, and see the positivity in ending that relationship. Okay, so I hope this helps these people out here that have a hard time ending relationships and think it's the end of the world, and it's not the end of the world. Okay, but let me speak briefly on boundaries. Okay, now if you have a person that you just absolutely love, okay, and you just don't want to let them go, but they treat you horribly, you need to stand up to that person and tell that person how you really truly feel. Okay, and let them know that, look, here's your boundaries. This is what I will set. This is what I won't accept from you. And if they continue to do it, which you won't accept, then I would reconsider ending the relationship. But you have to put the boundaries. They have to come to an understanding, and you have to come to an understanding. They need to let you know what they will accept and what they don't want to accept. It has to be a two-way street. And then at that point, then maybe the relationship will heal. But if one person is saying, no, I'm only going to accept this and that's it, well, guess what? That's one-sided. It has to be an even give and take situation. Okay. So make sure you set those boundaries. Let that person know up front what you want and what you will not accept. And that, will resolve any confusion. Because if something comes up down the line and, you want to end a relationship, you can go back and remind that person that, look, I told you this is what I will accept and this is what I won't accept. So they know, well, they did tell me that. So they won't be surprised if the relationship ends or you want to, go your separate way. So make sure, if you want to set boundaries, you set those positive boundaries up front. Okay. I hope this was helpful to everyone. Thank you for watching Soul, the number 2, soul-uhn.com. That's Universal Healing Network by Candy Kaye. I hope everyone has a blessed night. Stay safe and look forward to more videos. If you like to book a session, please go to my website. All the information is below this video. And have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Candy Kaye.